The beige walls of the courtroom, but far from a neutral environment. It's not quiet peacefulness, it's the kind that lasts too long, the kind where it seems like the entire room is holding its breath and waiting for someone else to release it first. At the defense table, Cody Brown drums his fingers against the surface. The beat isn't frenzied, but firm enough to indicate tension seeping beneath his skin. Robin sits next to him, her face white, lips compressed. Her hand covers Cody's forearm, but he will not look at her today. Across the aisle, Christine stands tall, shoulders squared, chin up, her stance commands notice. There's no smile on her face, but a quiet defiance instead. Behind her, Jean-Elle silently observes steady, supportive, and unflinching. The judge enters, everyone stands, the hearing more like a trial gets underway. What began as a routine request for joint custody of Truly is now turned into something much more sinister. It did the moment a new attorney intervened, inserting a clause that permitted the adult children to testify. That one change transformed this family squabble into the most turning point in Brown's history. 3 rows behind, Peyton Brown grips a crumpled statement. He sweats at his temples despite the continuous hum of the air conditioner. His hands shake not only from fear, but from inner turmoil. This is not a hearing for him, it's his life. Every unanswered question, every bite of favoritism, every secret hurt from childhood is rising to the surface. Throughout the gallery, Gwen sits with her notebook propped open, ponytail pulled back. She does not look up, jots down a sentence or two, then closes the page with a deep breath. The judge makes the procedure known. The testimony will commence after one last affidavit is read into the record. Cody fidgets in his seat. Christine lets herself a slight smile, a recognition smile, the kind that says it's only just the start. And then the first witness is summoned. Aurora. The room tenses. Panic flickers, for a moment, on Robin's face. Cody sees it and mouths, "She be okay?" Aurora steps forward, 19 years old, calm, steady. She swears in, clears her throat, and starts, "I'm not here to hurt anyone. But I think it's time someone told the truth, not just about now, but about what it was really like growing up in that house." You could hear a pin drop. She talks of love, of the family they used to be. Her tone changes, becomes acerbic. "Not all of us will love the same," she breaks. She recalls forgotten birthdays, skip bedtime stories, her mother's tears that no one ever saw. Robin gasps sharply, Cody's jaws clench. Aurora's words cut into the quiet. Not all wounds leave bruises, some leave silences. And those silences speak louder than fists. The judge demands a recess. No one rises. Outside, Peyton and Gwen stand about opposite sides of a water fountain. They haven't exchanged more than the barest words since Christmas. Gwen breaks the silence at last. She's not lying. "She just told your story too." Peyton answers in a brittle tone. "You don't know what my story is." When court reconvenes, all attention is on Cody. Christine observes him, feeling the cracks developing beneath his composed facade. This is just the tip of the iceberg. What follows will destroy the remainder of the family's reputation. The next witness, Peyton, he proceeds slowly to the stand, statement in hand. He takes the oath, pauses, then folds the paper and testifies from the heart. "I always wanted to be like my dad." For an instant, Cody's expression softens until Peyton goes on. "But then I realized I didn't even know who my dad really was. I only knew the version who showed up for the cameras." Robin drives her fingernails into the armrest. Peyton pushes on. He remembers cries for help that went unanswered, times his feelings were invalidated. The day he quit trying to impress his dad, and the agonizing day he felt like he was no longer a son to his dad. Christine turns her face away, wiping away tears. Truth doesn't yell, it whispers, and those are whispering away everything. Then Gwen's name is called. The gallery gasps. Peyton sits down, unable to meet her gaze. Gwen takes the stand with quiet confidence. "I'm here to defend my father." Christine snaps her head up. Cody leans forward, caught between hope and desperation. Gwen's voice is steady. She admits her father's failures, but reminds the court of the side no one sees: late-night talks, words of guidance, attempts, however flawed, to be present. I saw him attempt it. Not always successfully, but I saw him attempt it. Robin breathes softly. Thank God. Cody blinks, his eyes brimming with tears. But then Gwen continues, nevertheless, attempting does not remove consequences. That doesn't mean that he was always a good father or that he should have custody. The courtroom is paralyzed. Even the judge sits back, takes off his glasses, and grumbles, this is no longer a custody case, this is something else. And in a flash, the hearing turns into a trial. The courtroom doors remain closed long after Gwen testifies. A shiver courses through the room, unsaid, but weighing on everyone's conscience. What began as a routine fight over one child has blown wide open into an open accounting of the Brown family's whole history, and it's only going to get worse. The bailiff calls a 15-minute recess, but no one gets up. They shuffle, whisper, don't look at each other. Cody hasn't said a word since Gwen's last words. His fingers drum against the desk, his jaw clenched, cheeks flushed red. He looks like a man grasping to keep himself intact as everything else in his world unravels. Christine does not glance in his direction, not even once. She reads the document her lawyer has pushed in front of her, mouth moving silently as she peruses the lines. Her gaze is piercing, resolute. She's been waiting for this day, and she knows it's only the start. The courtroom pauses again. Janelle speaks quietly to Christine, something only Christine can hear. Christine nods once. When silence is more weighty than words, you know something permanent is on the way. The judge comes back in. The room stands. Court is in session. We've heard to testimonies that raised serious concerns about the emotional environment in the Brown household. The judge begins. His voice is measured, deliberate. For fairness, both sides may now present additional adult children. If they are willing, a ripple of unease passes through the gallery. Robin leans close to Cody, whispering sharply, we need to stop this. Cody shakes his head, speaking low and far away, we can't. If we cut it off, it seems like we're trying to conceal something. Robin's eyes blaze with anger, but she doesn't speak. Christine's lawyer stands up. We'd like to call Madison Brown. Cody tenses at once. His lips open, his whisper bursting out, not Maddie. Madison strides in as if she has been waiting for this her entire life. Her shoulders are square, her eyes turbulent. Cody stares at her as if he is looking at a ghost. She takes her oath, sits, and does not meet his eye. My name is Madison Brush, formerly Madison Brown. The carefully chosen words cut deep. She looks at the judge. I was advised I could speak freely. The judge inclines his head. She nods. I don't dislike my dad. But I can't let this happen. Her voice does not shake. She takes a breath, then starts. When I was 15, I needed him to help me with college forms. He swore he'd be there. I waited 3 weeks. He didn't show up. Cody slowly blinks, shocked. Madison continues. But that's not the only reason I'm here. I'm here because I saw my mom Janelle bear a family on her back and be treated like a plan B. Janelle's eyes well up as she wipes a tissue against her cheek. I saw Robin drive around in a new car while we were walking in broken shoes. I saw cameras shut off when the scene got ugly, only to turn back on when it was picture perfect again. When the lens only reveals one side, the truth yells out in the background. Her words are daggers, sharp yet in check. I used to beg him to attend one of my cheer appearances, just one. He didn't, but you know what? He never missed Robin's children's school plays, dental visits, choir concerts. I was a child, but I recognized what favoritism was. Robin mutters to herself, she's exaggerating. Let the witness testify. The judge interrupts. Madison doesn't blink. I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm here to protect Truly, because if someone doesn't stop this now, the cycle will never end. Cody closes his eyes, his voice cracking. That's not fair, Maddie, I always loved you. Lastly, she glances at him. I did not tell you you didn't love me. I told you that you didn't show up, and that hurts more than a shout ever could. It's not anger that breaks you, it's disappointment that never got an audience until now. The judge appreciates her. Madison returns to the floor. Christine gazes on, pride etched on her face, but tainted with something else, guilt, sorrow. She knows what Maddie just sacrificed to be heard. The judge turns. Next witness. Christine's lawyer pauses. Then, we call Mykelti Padron. Cody slams his fist onto the table, not hard, but heavy. She's pregnant, he growls. She shouldn't be here. Mykelti enters despite that. Her belly goes first, her footsteps unwavering, but calm. She has the kind of look that says she's already walked through fire, and this is only another flame to walk through. She crosses her legs, folds her hands, and begins without hesitation. I don't want this to be dramatic. But I was asked to be honest, so that's what I'll do. She fixes Cody with a direct stare. You weren't always horrible. There were days you joked around. Days you treated me like your favorite. And maybe you actually meant it. But that's the issue each of us felt we had to fight, and sometimes. It's like I have to choose between my mom and my sisters. Like, if I say something wrong, somebody's going to cry. Christine puts her hand over her mouth. Janelle shuts her eyes. Solomon continues, still oblivious to the weight of his words. I asked Dad if I could go to Hunter's birthday party. He said no, he said, we don't speak to them anymore. But I wanted to go, a shrug, innocent, but the court is aware of what it is. Any tiny bit of truth from a child can turn the greatest lie inside out. The judge leans forward. Do you feel safe with both your parents? Yes. Do you feel heard? A hesitation? Then, sometimes. Do you want to continue seeing your siblings? His voice lowers. Yeah, but we don't really see them. Why not? The judge asks. I don't know. I think. Maybe someone said they were bad. Cody opens his mouth to protest. But nothing is said. Just nothing. A father who believed the ground he vowed was firm is already shaking. The quietest voices tend to voice the toughest truths. Court adjourns. Christine pales. She leans toward her lawyer and speaks softly. Do it. 10 minutes pass, and a locked folder is placed into the judge's hands. His eyebrows rise. This is confidential. He looks at the label. Is this what I believe it is? Christine's lawyer nods. Yes, the 2014 CPS investigation. Gasp spread. That's a closed case, Cody spit. It's permissible. The judge stops him. It directly concerns the emotional stability of the children. Robin takes Cody by the arm, eyes bulging in panic. Christine doesn't smirk. Her face contours as if she has swallowed glass. The judge opens the file. He does not read from it. He does not need to. His face says it all. His lips pucker as he reads the pages. When he finally speaks, the room goes cold. These charges are not new. Emotional withdrawal, selective access, love turned to control. Cody gasps, you think I'm a monster? You're all distorting history. Christine responds firmly. No, we're finally telling it. When truth is buried long enough, it ceases to whisper. It roars. The judge massages his temple, then gazes upward. I want to hear Robin. The room becomes still. Everyone looks at her. Me? She cracks. You've been mentioned in almost every testimony, the judge says. It's time you answer. Robin rises slowly. The hush is different now, like the room itself is holding its breath. I didn't ask for this. I didn't force anyone out. Her voice trembles. I loved him. I still do. And I protected my kids, because no one else would. She swallows hard, red-eyed. Do you know what it's like to see your husband cry because his children won't talk to him? Do you know what it's like to be held responsible for every decision he makes? There is no response. Everybody thinks I'm the problem. But I only played the cards I was dealt. She fixes the judge, tears perched on the edges of her lashes. I'm not perfect, but I never hurt anyone. Sometimes the villain isn't the loudest one in the room, it's the silence that trails behind them everywhere. The judge watches her. No verdict, just a pause. Then Christine stands. Her voice cuts through the air. We'd like to call a final witness. Cody stares, dazed. Who? The back door opens. And in walks someone no one expected. Leon Brown, once Mariah. Now estranged. Cody hasn't seen them in years. The air shifts. Leon, Cody, whispers. His eyes widen. But Leon doesn't stop, doesn't smile, doesn't cry. They take the stand, raise their right hand, and swear to tell the truth. And what they're about to reveal could be the ultimate nail in Cody Brown's reputation. To be continued. Because when the kid you brought up grows up to become the one to condemn you, the silence you disregarded finally speaks out. Robin's voice trembles, yet she doesn't relent. I didn't say a word then, because part of me wanted to believe it. To believe that maybe I was the exception, the chosen one, but silence is a kind of consent. And my silence implicated me. The room stiffens. Cody shakes his head, grumbling under his breath, but his face says that all he knows this wound came from within his own walls. And here's the hook. When the betrayal is from the person who never once crossed your mind as turning, the entire story shifts. Robin fixes Christine straight in the eye now. I can't fix what's been hurt, but I can avoid causing further harm. Her words remain suspended, more weighty than any charge. The judge settles back, his eyes narrowing. He doesn't say anything. Not yet. He allows the silence itself to speak. Because there are times when silence makes the loudest truth. Cody's lawyer scraps papers, grasping for control. Your Honor, this is not relevant. But the judge holds up a hand. No, this is about motive. And this is about credibility. Cody shoots Robin a look of fury, as though she'd just burned to the ground everything he constructed. But it's not rage that lances him deepest, it's the fact that the fortress he depended upon was falling apart from within. And that's where the tension really kicks in. If one ally you depended on is suddenly testifying against you, how do you defend yourself? Robin takes a deep breath, grounding herself. I don't hate Cody. I never wanted this. But I won't sit here and let history repeat itself, not with my kids, not with anyone else's. Christine exhales hard, as though she has been waiting years to breathe. Janelle blinks, her eyes closed, fighting back tears. Leon shifts in his seat, jaw clenched but firm. Mary looks at Robin with some unreadable mixture of shock and recognition. The judge clears his throat. Mrs. Brown, your testimony has been recorded. Be available for cross-examination. Robin nods, backing down slowly. But each eye in that courtroom is aware of what just transpired. Cody's final defense just defected on him on the record. And here's the cliffhanger. If Robin has defected, what then? What is left to discover? The courtroom is no longer divided. It's blown. Christine's lawyer stands. Your Honor, at this time, we are prepared to make closing arguments. But before the words have a chance to settle, Cody pounds his hand on the table. No, his voice cracks, echoing, this is not fair. None of this is true. The judge doesn't blink. Mr. Brown, you will hold your peace until spoken to. But Cody can't sit. He can't swallow it. They're turning everything around. I gave my entire life to this family, and this circus is what I receive in return. Robin doesn't glance back. Leon doesn't flinch. Mary lowers her head. Christine simply whispers, as much to herself as anything, the truth was always going to come out. And here's the final hook, because the court might recess. The judge might postpone his verdict, but the audience already knows this. Cody isn't losing a case. He's losing the story he's told for decades. The gavel comes down. Court adjourned tomorrow morning. Everyone stands. Everyone, that is, except Cody. He simply sits there, his eyes fixed on the vacant chair where Robin had sat just seconds earlier. And in that quietness, in that silence, you see. The verdict has already started, to be continued.